Hi, I'm LDS in Medium, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to try to bring religion and spirituality closer together, and this is what this pod is all about. I will talk about my own thoughts and feelings as I am both LDS and have spiritual gifts, something that I've had my whole life, but I always thought that it was hard to combine these gifts with my religion. This has torn me into two directions, and I have talked to many people who feel the same way. I can't choose not to have my spiritual gifts, but I can choose how I use them. And I always want to use them for good and to help others. I believe my heavenly parents gave them to me for a reason. So, this is me. Join my quest for knowledge.
I had a really nice weekend last weekend. I was going to tell you about it last time, but there were more urgent messages and those urgent energies are still strong. But back to last weekend. My son's girlfriend was visiting and my neighbor came over and we started playing with energies and one thing led to another, and then my son's girlfriend mentioned that she used to collect stones when she was young. Wow, that really hit me because I used to always collect little stones and pebbles growing up, and that led me to my crystal collection that I have. So I went into my bedroom and took out some of my crystals. Some, not all. And they still covered half of my kitchen table. And it was such a joy just looking at her, sitting there and picking one up and then playing with it, putting it down and then picking another one up. We sat there for a few hours and it was so cool to see. I don't know how to describe it, but I felt a joy between her soul and the crystals laying there. And I could feel how each crystal that she picked up started working on clearing and repairing her aura. I just sat there watching her and feeling the energy shift. In the beginning, my neighbor, that is very sensitive with energies, almost wanted to run out of my house due to the massive crystal energy power. But after a while, it just calmed down. And it was just like sitting next to an ocean. You could feel the power right there next to you, but what I actually received were soothing and healing feelings. I don't know if it's because of me, or I have this knack of merging big groups of children's energies together. And I've never had a problem of mixing my crystals. They go very well together. I know a lot of people say you should keep them apart, but mine, they work together. Anyway, as I was sitting there, I started seeing crystals wanting to be with her. So I was just watching to see if she felt it too. And sure enough, she started fiddling with those ones I felt were meant for her. My crystals are somewhat like my babies, so it's hard for me to part with them. But once you know, I just have to give them to her. It was so obvious when I had 4 of one sort, 1 really big and 3 smaller, and I felt the big one was hers. But I also knew if I told her to pick one, she would go for the smaller. So I had her close her eyes and choose one. And right enough, her fingers went right to the big one. It was like watching a child on Christmas, seeing her light up. I had one very special crystal that I don't know the name for. It's quite heavy and very dark, almost black, but with a blood red hint to it. And that was supposed to be her guardian stone. She came by this week and she said that she kept all the crystals by her bed, but she always carried her guardian stone with her. And she said they really connect. I saw it. Her gifts with the stones, and I think her gifts are more to communicate with all living things that's in nature. It's interesting when someone that has been born into a family of weird logic thinking comes to an environment like my home, where we talk about God and angels and gifts and spirits and crystals like it's normal. To see her gradually start to open up to the very strong gifts I sense inside of her. I felt so blessed to be a part of that because it was beautiful. Even though I've had most of my gifts my entire life, I still marvel at how they develop and change, and how they make me grow as a person. That was my thoughts for today. Be the light, share the light, spread the light, and shine.
This is my journey. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Please download, like, share, and subscribe, and help spread the light and spread the word to expand our community. Let's bring more love, peace, and unity to this world. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Always be grateful, kind, and loving. Be brave and remember to step out of your comfort zone and smile. If you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our meditations and extra materials so you can download them as MP3. Also, We now have a Facebook group, which you can access from our Facebook community. Please answer the questions as you apply to participate. It will be a safe haven where we can keep discussing religion and spirituality, our spiritual gifts and self-development. Remember, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world.